A beloved face from your favorite car shows vanished, leaving fans wondering what happened. Jordan Butler, a name etched into the minds of Fast and Loud and Misfit Garage viewers, seemed to disappear from the spotlight. Did he simply fade away, or did a path far more unexpected await him? From Gas Monkey to Misfit. The world of reality television thrives on drama, and for Jordan Butler, his journey into the public eye began with a bang. Fans of Fast and Loud will remember the shocking moment when Jordan Butler and his fellow mechanic Tom Smith were let go from Richard Rawlings' famous Gas Monkey garage. On the show, it seemed like they were fired for simple reasons, like showing up late or not performing well enough. But the real story, as it often is in Hollywood, was far more complicated and dramatic, a tangled web of on-screen theatrics and behind-the-scenes maneuvers. The truth, as it slowly leaked out, pointed to a heated argument with Richard Rawlings himself. Tom Smith later shared the details of this explosive conflict. It all began when a fan who was bravely battling cystic fibrosis simply wanted a picture with Rawlings's prized Rolls-Royce. Jordan and Tom, always ready to help a fan, agreed to the request. But then, a manager on duty stepped in, reportedly shouting at them to get the F away from the car. This harsh outburst was met with Tom Smith's equally fiery response, telling the manager to chill the F out. This intense exchange, a clash of personalities and priorities, led to both Jordan and Tom being immediately fired from Gas Monkey Garage. It was a moment that stunned viewers and seemed like a genuine career-ending fallout. But was it truly the end, or just the beginning of a new chapter? A fascinating twist quickly emerged, one that pulled back the curtain on the often scripted world of reality television. Many people started to believe that this dramatic firing was actually a clever plan, carefully set up by the show's producers. The idea was simple yet brilliant. This public dismissal would create massive buzz and set the stage for a brand new spin-off show. And that is exactly what happened. Soon after their dramatic exit from Gas Monkey Garage, Jordan and Tom, along with new partners Thomas Weeks and Scott McMillan, quickly formed their own company, Fired Up Garage. This new venture became the focus of Misfit Garage, a show that promised to be a fierce rival to Fast and Loud. The entire concept of Misfit Garage was built around this supposed rivalry between the Misfits and Richard Rawlings' Gas Monkey team. Viewers tuned in week after week, eager to see if these underdogs could prove they were just as good, if not better, at building incredible cars. But here is where the story takes an even more surprising turn, revealing the true puppet master behind the scenes. Richard Rawlings, the very man who supposedly fired Jordan and Tom, was actually an executive producer for Misfit Garage. Not only that, but he also owned the building where Fired Up Garage was located, making him their landlord. This meant that much of the on-screen feud and competition was likely a staged performance, a carefully crafted storyline for television, designed to keep viewers hooked and ratings high. It showed just how much control Rawlings had over both shows, blurring the lines between what was real and what was just for the cameras. The truth about Fired Up Garage itself also raises questions about the authenticity of the show. Some reports suggest that the garage might not have been a real, always-open business, but more of a TV set. Fans sometimes noted that the shop appeared to be closed, with a sign saying it was a closed set. This suggests that the daily operations and car builds might have been primarily for the show, rather than a bustling full-time garage. The average profit per car restoration at Fired Up Garage was reportedly only about $2,000. To make a decent living, they would have needed to restore at least 50 cars a month to reach $100,000, a challenging feat given the time and effort involved in each build. This financial reality further supports the idea that the show was more about entertainment than a thriving business. Despite this, Jordan Butler was a key part of Misfit Garage from the beginning. He was a co-founder and known for his kick-ass style and for helping to lay the groundwork for the show's success. He brought a genuine passion for cars to the screen, even if the surrounding drama was sometimes manufactured. Why Jordan left the Misfits? Just when it seemed like Jordan Butler had found his new home on Misfit Garage, another unexpected twist rocked the show, leaving fans once again wondering about his fate. In 2014, Jordan decided to leave Misfit Garage, seemingly without looking back. This departure was a big surprise for fans who had followed his journey from Gas Monkey Garage to the new spin-off, a journey that had already been full of dramatic turns. The reasons for his exit were different this time, hinting at a more personal and less staged conflict. It was reported that Jordan did not want to move to a new shop, and he also did not want to work with new partners. This suggests that, unlike his previous departure from Gas Monkey, this split was not about a staged drama for TV. Instead, it appears to have been a genuine disagreement about the direction of the business and the people he would be working with. The split from his co-founders was even described as being more contentious than what was shown on television. The internal conflicts within Fired Up Garage were not just limited to Jordan. The show seemed to have a revolving door of employees, with several mechanics and co-owners leaving at various points. Scott McMillan, another founding partner, also left, reportedly getting tired of the constant fussing and drama, choosing to focus on his own business. Even Kevin Clark, who joined the show later, decided to leave due to the amount of drama that surrounds the show, stating, "It's just time to move on." Jordan himself confirmed the finality of his departure and the bad blood that lingered. He admitted in a Facebook post that he no longer kept in touch with the other members of the show. He even wrote on his Facebook page that he had not had the desire to touch a car in a long time, especially after all the BS with Fired Up. Leaving a popular TV show like Misfit Garage was a significant choice, hinting that the demands and changes of reality television might have become too much for him. It suggests that the fame and exposure came with a price, and Jordan chose a different path that aligned better with his personal preferences for how and where he worked. This marked a major turning point, leaving many fans to wonder what would become of the talented mechanic. After stepping away from the bright lights and constant cameras of Misfit Garage, Jordan Butler chose a path that was far removed from the public eye. For a celebrity who had been on 2 popular reality TV shows, his next move was surprisingly quiet and focused on what truly mattered to him: his personal life and family. Jordan dedicated himself to his family life. He is happily married to his best friend, and together they have 2 adorable children. While many reality stars try to stay in the spotlight, Jordan made a clear choice to step back and enjoy a more private existence, a stark contrast to the dramatic on-screen persona he once portrayed. Even though he left Misfit Garage, Jordan didn't completely abandon his love for cars. He still owns his own garage, and he also holds some ownership in Fired Up Garage, though the exact amount is not clear. This shows that his passion for mechanics and car work was genuine, not just something he did for the cameras. He continued to be involved in the automotive world, but on his own terms, away from the intense scrutiny of a TV show. It is clear he continues to apply his skills in the automotive field. He is a mechanic, a tradesperson who inspects, maintains, and repairs vehicles. This involves diagnosing problems, performing routine maintenance like oil changes and tire rotations, and replacing worn parts. He would also be familiar with electronic systems and use various tools, from traditional wrenches to computerized diagnostic equipment. A key sign of his retreat from public life is his social media activity. Since 2018, Jordan has not been very active on social media. For fans trying to keep up with him, this lack of online presence made it seem like he had truly vanished. This quiet digital footprint further emphasizes his choice to live a more private life, focusing on his family and his work without the need for constant public updates. Before the fame. To truly understand Jordan Butler's journey, we need to go back in time before the reality TV cameras started rolling and before the drama of firings and spin-offs. What was Jordan Butler like before he became a household name in the world of custom cars? How did he first get his hands dirty and develop the skills that would later make him a recognizable face on television? While specific details about his very early childhood or the exact moment he fell in love with cars are not widely known, it is clear that Jordan Butler was already a skilled mechanic long before Fast and Loud became a hit show. He was an original member of Fast and Loud, meaning he was there from the beginning, helping to build the foundation of the show's success. He was known for his kick-ass style and his ability to lay the groundwork for impressive car builds. This shows that his talent and passion for cars were genuine and recognized by those in the automotive world. He was not just a personality, he was a true craftsman. Jordan worked as a mechanic at Gas Monkey Garage, the famous shop owned by Richard Rawlings. This role meant he was involved in the intricate process of repairing, restoring, and customizing vehicles, which requires a deep understanding of cars and a lot of hands-on skill. Gas Monkey Garage was known for buying and selling a high volume of vehicles, often having 40 to 50 cars in the shop at any given time. This suggests a fast-paced, demanding environment where mechanics like Jordan were constantly working on diverse projects, from simple cleanups to major overhauls. His presence on the show was not just for entertainment. He was a real mechanic with real abilities, a solid contributor to the garage's operations. His professional partnership with Tom Smith also began during their time at Gas Monkey Garage. They worked together, shared the challenges of the garage, and ultimately faced the dramatic firing that led to Misfit Garage. This long-standing working relationship suggests a shared passion for cars and a bond forged in the demanding world of automotive restoration. Jordan's skills and personality were clearly evident, which is likely why he was chosen to be a part of the show in the first place, setting the stage for his rise to reality TV fame, even if that fame came with its own set of unique challenges and unexpected turns. Jordan's contributions and car builds on Misfit Garage. When Jordan Butler joined Fired Up Garage and Misfit Garage, he wasn't just a face on TV, he was a hands-on mechanic, a co-founder, and a key player in the shop's ambitious projects. The show was built on the idea that these misfits could take on high-level rebuilds and compete with the best, and Jordan was central to that mission. He was known for his kick-ass style and for laying the groundwork for many of the impressive car builds that graced the screen. Throughout the seasons of Misfit Garage, Jordan was involved in a variety of challenging and exciting car projects. In Season 2, for example, he and Tom were tasked with searching for a replacement cab after a '69 Chevy pickup project ran into major setbacks and was demolished. This kind of work, finding rare parts and overcoming unexpected problems, was a common theme on the show and highlighted the real challenges of car restoration. They also worked on a rusty, crusty '67 Camaro, a project that even caused tension among the team members. Jordan was also involved in projects like a '31 Ford Hot Rod and a '71 Holy Grail Cuda, showcasing his versatility across different types of classic cars. Beyond these specific builds, Jordan's role involved the core work of a mechanic in a busy restoration shop. This meant diagnosing problems, taking apart major components, and meticulously putting them back together. It required strong mechanical skills, attention to detail, and the physical strength to handle heavy parts like engines and body panels. He was part of a team that aimed to transform old, often neglected vehicles into valuable, show-stopping machines. For instance, the crew worked on a T67 Chevelle, a project that was featured early in the show's run. While the show often highlighted the dramatic aspects of their work, like arguments and tight deadlines, Jordan's consistent presence and contributions were vital to the actual car builds. He was one of the real mechanics who did a good job. The goal of Fired Up Garage was to prove they could execute high-level rebuilds, and Jordan's skills were a key part of achieving that. even if the financial reality of the business was often challenging, with average profits per restoration reportedly around $2,000. His work on these cars, from finding parts to the actual assembly, was a testament to his dedication to the craft, regardless of the cameras rolling. Behind the scenes. The world of Fast and Loud and Misfit Garage might have seemed like a raw, unscripted look into the lives of passionate mechanics, but the truth behind the scenes was far more complex, often blurring the lines between reality and carefully planned television. This hidden side of reality TV played a huge role in Jordan Butler's journey, from his dramatic firing to his eventual departure from the spotlight. The most shocking revelation for many fans was the strong belief that the dramatic firing of Jordan Butler and Tom Smith from Gas Monkey Garage was not a genuine, spontaneous event, but a staged setup. Why would such a thing happen? To create drama, of course, and to launch a brand new show. Richard Rawlings, the very boss who supposedly fired them, was actually an executive producer for Misfit Garage. Not only that, but he also owned the building where Fired Up Garage was located, making him their landlord. This meant Rawlings had immense control over both shows, overseeing important decisions and even acting as the financial budgeter for Misfit Garage. The on-screen feud was likely a carefully crafted storyline designed to draw in viewers and create a compelling narrative of rivalry. This raises a big question. Was Fired Up Garage a real functioning business or just a TV set? Many people who reviewed the show online noted that the shop often appeared closed, with a sign stating it was a closed set. This suggests that the daily operations and car builds might have been primarily for the cameras rather than a bustling, full-time garage. The financial reality of the business also supports this idea. The average profit per car restoration at Fired Up Garage was reportedly only about $2,000. To make a significant income, they would have needed to restore at least 50 cars a month to reach $100,000, which is a huge undertaking given the time and effort involved in each build. This low profit margin for such complex work further hints that the show's main purpose was entertainment, not necessarily to showcase a highly profitable garage business. The scripted nature of reality TV also extended to the cast members' interactions. While Richard Rawlings often denied that Fast and Loud was scripted, many scenes in Misfit Garage were reportedly staged, with the cast instructed on what to say and do to fit the moment. This constant need to create drama and follow a script likely contributed to the internal conflicts and the revolving door of employees at Fired Up Garage. Jordan Butler himself left due to disagreements over new partners and moving the shop, and his departure was described as more contentious than what was shown on screen. He even expressed a lack of desire to work on cars after all the BS with Fired Up. This suggests that the demands and artificiality of reality television took a toll on him, leading him to seek a quieter life away from the cameras. The constant pressure to perform, to create drama, and to adhere to a script rather than simply focusing on the craft of car building ultimately pushed Jordan Butler away from the very industry that made him famous. Jordan Butler's story is a fascinating ride through the world of reality television and beyond. He went from being a key mechanic on Fast and Loud to a co-founder of Misfit Garage, navigating staged feuds and real-life conflicts. But the true surprise of his journey is not where he ended up in the public eye, but rather his deliberate choice to step away from it all. Today, Jordan Butler, the mechanic you remember, lives a quieter, more private life focused on his family and his own garage. His path reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected and fulfilling truth is found not in chasing the spotlight, but in choosing the road less traveled.